This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injuries and additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
It's time now to welcome our weekly contributor, a co-anchor of Fox and Friends, the host of One Nation on the Fox News Channel, host of the nationally syndicated Brian Kilmeade radio show, a New York Times bestselling author, and the host of a terrific lunch, which I was fortunate enough to be invited to on Monday, the one and only Brian Kilmeade. Brian, thanks again for the invite to that. Had a great time.
Yeah, and by the way, people should know at home that, you know, for a guy that works overnight, you always look fresh. I see. I've seen you at events.
Thank you.
You never look tired.
I appreciate
and
that.
You deserve credit for that.
I appreciate that. Only when I'm on the air, I guess. That's when I'm looking tired. Now, I one of the controversies that has emerged over this lunch that took place Monday has been totally manufactured by our colleague Curtis Sliwa. Now, nobody believes when I say anything because Curtis has sowed so much doubt in the brains of listeners, but you have a lot of credibility. In fact, I posted that picture that we took after we waited for Sid to leave, and then we took a picture without him. And people gave me a whole new level of credibility just because I was photographed with you. That being said, this was part of the story that Curtis Sliwa told about the infamous holiday Brian Kilmeade lunch that took place on Monday. This is what he said, and then you can confirm or deny Curtis's take here.
Now everybody's talking to Sid because Margot now asked Sid, what are the three biggest things that happened to you since you came on WABC? And Sid started to reminisce. He was brilliant. And Brian Kilmeade was like, yeah, I remember that. And I'm looking at Frank. And now the
So in other words, the focus is off Frank right now.
Totally.
Okay.
He's made everyone laugh, but nobody is paying attention to Frank anymore. And
okay,
I noticed
so you were kind of noticing something.
The 4 baby lamb chops were now 3. He was
eating them.
No, he had taken a baby lamb chop. He took the napkin from the restaurant, the cloth napkin.
The nice cloth napkin.
Put it in the cloth napkin. And he put it in his pocket.
The lamb chop?
The lamb chop. The baby lamb chop. Now, there's 3 left. And I'm watching him. And then he takes the second one, same thing, puts it in his pocket on the right-hand side.
Brian, I will spare you from listening to the other 17 minutes of Curtis's detailed explanation of my purported lamb chop theft. But I'm wondering if you could set the record straight in terms of whether or not this actually occurred.
I don't know. I mean, I was focused on Sid in the conversation, and if you were to take it, that would have been the perfect time. And what happens is Curtis has spent 50 years investigating, studying, anticipating. So I have trouble doubting Curtis.
I don't even remember.
By the way, I don't mind.
I don't even remember there being lamb chops on the table.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you order?
I had the Chilean sea bass, which was quite good. Thank you for that, by the way. All right. On to more serious matters.
Sea bass for lunch?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So you didn't say like, okay, I'm just going to keep with my current diet, or do you have sea bass every day for lunch?
I have sea bass every single time someone else is paying.
That is awesome.
All right, Brian, okay, I got to ask you about this. You did a terrific interview yesterday with the brother of a 9/11 victim, and he had some really harsh reaction to the decision by President Biden to transfer 11 detainees out of Guantanamo Bay. I know you've looked at this case 6 ways from Sunday. Who are these 11 detainees that are being released? Are they nonviolent offenders that are unlikely to do anything bad?
They're the worst. This is unbelievable. Number one, I don't get the motivation. There was no push for Joe Biden to empty Gitmo. There was no budget. When there was this big hoax, in retrospect, on Bush to close Gitmo when President Obama was taking over. He's going to close it. Remember, he ran on that, and Bush was at 20% approval. Now he's at 55. And against John McCain, they kept saying it makes us look terrible. Can't have Gitmo open. And then Obama gets in there and he signs an EO to say, I'm closing Gitmo. Well, he couldn't, because nobody wants these guys back. They're the worst of the worst. They upend governments, whether you like these governments or not. Saudi Arabia, Oman, nobody wants them back. So there was over 100. There were hundreds of guys there. The easy guys to get out, we let out. The ones that were arrested wrong, there was only a handful, they were gone. So there was no clamor during the Trump years to close Gitmo. Nobody hired Joe Biden to close Gitmo. He didn't try to close Gitmo or get rid of these guys, just a handful. And all of a sudden he gets rid of 11. I'm going, wait a second. Where did the 11 come from? Oh, they're going to Oman. And guess the lawyer, by the way, the biggest mistake was letting these guys lawyer up. It should have been a tribunal, just like Nuremberg. There is no difference. Having said that, there's a courtroom built there. No one ever uses it. He goes, they're going to go live their lives. I go, wait, they're going to go live their lives. They want to get married. Wait, they want to get married. Who are these guys? Were they mistakenly picked up? Is this 2005 or is it 2024? You look at these guys. You have 4 that were directly related to bin Laden. You have 2 in which were bodyguards. One was his right-hand man, and the right-hand man is being held back to be swapped for 3 Americans who are being held in Kabul right now. And I go, wait a second. We have 3 Americans being held in Kabul? I thought we got everybody out of there, which he flat out lied, because we know all the veterans were the ones who put the groups together, sacrificed their 401ks to get people out and get their interpreters and their fixers out. And some of them are dead, and some of them are still stuck, because they're going to be killed, because the Taliban are killing everybody, even though they said they wouldn't. So now we have a situation where we have a key piece to the bin Laden puzzle at Gitmo, who is going to go back to Kabul, to Terra University, now known as Afghanistan, and he's going to do exactly what the Taliban 5 did when Obama stuck them and swapped them out when he was in office. They went right back, and they're serving in the cabinet in Kabul for Afghanistan. Now, this guy could be going back. This is a deal he wants to pull off before he leaves. Michael McCall has to look at it and okay, and he said, you got to be kidding me. He's chairman of foreign relations. He goes, it's a terrible deal. And not only that, Frank, think about this, the message it sends if it's executed. If we capture a terrorist like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and now the 9/11 families are outraged because he's going to be saved from the death penalty. And that comes down today, too. Now, if you have Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, why wouldn't you get a high-profile American who might be vacationing in I don't know, Egypt, which everyone vacations on, Morocco? You might just go, well, you're going to be safe. No, you're going to capture him. Guess what? I want Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. I want Ramzi bin al-Sheib. I want some of the 9/11 hijack. I want them out. So this guy, Hayawasi, was one of the masterminds of 9/11. He's getting out. Number 2 is there's another guy in there that was supposed to do something on Southwest Air for different airlines in Southwest Indonesia. He had a similar 9/11 plot that was unearthed and stopped. We picked him up. We put him in Gitmo. He's getting out. And by the way, as late as 2016. One of these guys was ranting in the courtroom how Al-Qaeda is stronger than ever. Bin Laden is my sheik and all this crazy Al-Qaeda stuff. They're not reformed. And why is he doing this? Why is he taking the east and west coast of America and saying, you cannot drill here? Why is he taking federal land and making sure you'll never be able to explore there? Even though we're in an energy situation that we have all our allies asked to go off Russian oil and gas, and we're not providing what we could be doing for them at a friends and family discount. So this is really, he's burning the house down as he leaves. And I will never forgive him for this. And the 9/11 families are outraged, and they have every reason to be.
Mic check. 1, 2. Are we recording? Hi, I'm Michelle Bernstein, an award-winning chef, restaurateur, and mom. I have a lot on my plate, including my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. That's why I was prescribed Cosentyx. It helps me move better.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for people 2 years of age and older with active psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some were fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTIX or Cosentix.com.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
I have to imagine you have pretty strong feelings about this interview that President Biden did with USA Today, in which he left the door open to preemptively pardoning Liz Cheney and Dr. Fauci. Now, I know you have a much higher regard for Liz Cheney and her career in public service than I do, but you have to think that this is just totally outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just do an investigation. Anthony Fauci's so proud of what he did. Every time you challenge him, you're ridiculous. How dare you, Frank, even question anything he did? So if he's so proud of it, stand up for it. Plus, Trump's not going after to investigate an 88-year-old doctor. He's not going to put Liz Cheney in jail. But if behind the scenes she was going out of her way to coach witnesses and keep counter narratives out of a committee meeting, she's not going to go to jail. But she should be exposed for somebody that is not a stand-up person that I thought they were going into this. They should be exposed, Anthony Fauci, if you withheld information that might have made you look bad. But there's no jail time. I don't think there's going to be jail time for them. But my goodness, an investigation is not retribution. That's getting to the bottom of things. So next time something comes up, people say, wait a second, I'm not going to be the next Anthony Fauci. Hey, if you want me on a committee, I'm do things on the up and up. Don't tamper with a witness. Don't touch my legacy and my family's legacy. But right now, if there's never any hell to pay, or if there's never anything, if there's never any condemnation for abhorrent behavior, when are we ever going to have accountability? So I just think that I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. But as was brought up by the Obama bros in their podcast, Pod Save America, they said if you were supposed to give somebody a Medal of Freedom award, they said, wouldn't it be Obama who basically saved your career? Now, it's not my fight. But if I'm a Democrat, I'm saying to myself, number one, they turn out to be participation awards because everyone gets one. I like Magic Johnson. I appreciate what he's done on the court and what he did in business and has found. I hear I met him a couple times. Fantastic guy. What did he do, though? What did he do to get a Medal of Freedom award? Now? I mean, how many medals he's got? I mean, he's got no room for him. So some of those awards, George Soros, not George Soros the donor. I don't care who you donate to. But what he did is he financed attorney generals, district attorneys that went out of their way not to prosecute criminals, to let them go free, diminish sentences. You've seen what happened in New York. You've seen what happened in Los Angeles. The guy got thrown out, Chesa Bodine in San Francisco. You see what happened in St. Louis in Chicago. That is the author of that is George Soros. You know what he's saying? I appreciate the way you let crime run rampant with these idiots that you put in office, with the money that you use for international finance. And now here's a medal to your son, who by all reports will be worse than you.
I'd also love to know what George Romney, who's been dead for 30 years, has done to get a posthumous Medal of Freedom.
Did he get one?
Yes, he got one as well. He and Robert F. Kennedy Sr. got posthumous Medals of Freedom. But I guess that's the prerogative of being president. You can give a Medal of Freedom to who you like. Brian, I know you're going to be covering these wildfires in California all morning long. It looks bad. The images that we're seeing on television, on social media, it breaks your heart. They say this is going to get worse before it gets better. I mean, what do you think we're in store for here?
It's unbelievable. I talked to a good friend. I can't use his. I should text him and find if I could use his name yet. But very prominent, self-made success story. Went out to Los Angeles with $100 in his pocket. And he's made a great life for himself. Everybody knows him. And I talked to him yesterday, and he called me up and he said, it's all gone. I mean, he said he hopped in with a fire truck, with a news truck. It's all gone. I go, what do you mean your house? He goes, yeah, and my whole neighborhood. There's literally just a shower stall standing. So he said, I have great insurance. He goes, but I struggled to get a hotel room. And I'm sitting here literally with one outfit I've been wearing for 2 days. So I know people don't think, well, if you're rich, what's the big deal? Well, put it this way. it grounds everybody.
Yeah.
I lost everything in a flood, and I lost everything in a fire in Malibu. So I lost it when I was single with very little money, making $27,000 a year, and I lost it with a family with the floods. Like everybody listening right now, I don't want any sympathy, but what happens is during this time, you have to really keep a head about you, and you got to start organizing. This is a key moment. But now in Los Angeles, you have tens of thousands of people who want hotels, who have nowhere else to go. And there's a mad scramble right now for the survivors, because thank goodness most people survive. Only a handful sadly lost their lives, to get the hotel room, to get a long-term stay at Oakwood Apartments, somewhere where you can buy some clothes. And if you have a family of 3, a family of 4, I don't care if you're Adam Sandler or if you're Adam Jones, a sanitation worker, you're in the same scramble. So, and I was just talking to him yesterday, and I know he's got plenty of resources. He said, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to get a hotel room. So, and he goes, and I got to lobby to keep it for another day. So I remember all the fights, especially when on Long Island there's no hotel rooms. That's what these people are going through now. But if you are leading your family, you cannot lose your head. You have to be organized. You can't get angry. You have to figure out you're in a 911 mode. But I will tell you this. The one thing he told me is the fire was hours old and the hydrants were dry. Don't let anyone tell you that they weren't dry because of the unprecedented fire. They were dry because there was never any water for the hydrants on the richest people maybe in the country. My goodness, if you are a governor or a mayor, you have wasted your life. You are an embarrassment. You should resign as soon as you can.
And she's getting a lot of criticism across the board, not only in Los Angeles. Karen Bass, and so was the fire chief. So we'll see where this goes. I mean, I've been saying that I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for finger pointing and blame after the fires go out, but for the next 24 to 48 hours, it's looking like it could be very, very hairy. On a much lighter note, Brian, playoffs this weekend, how do you think it looks? Are you ready to make a Super Bowl prediction?
Yeah, I am. Do you want it?
Yes, come on.
Oh, okay. Ravens are going to win the AFC, and in the NFC, I believe, and it kills me to say this, I got to say it, the Eagles.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the Ravens. I love that they have something to prove. This quarterback is another level of fantastic and versatile and strong and confident. I mean, I can't believe, from when I watched him with the Giants up close to, I actually went to one of their practices over there, some odd situation when I was at one of their practices in the summer, and I listened to the way they talked about what Derrick Henry brings to the team.
I think I lost you there, Brian. Yeah. You can check out Brian Kilmeade. Go ahead. I got you back. Go ahead.
No, there you go. I'm just saying. So that's my prediction. Could be wrong, but I worry about the Rams. Are the Rams going to be hosting the Vikings in Los Angeles? How are they going to do that?
Yeah, I wonder the same thing. It's going to be something. On radio today, Brian Kilmeade's got Adam Carolla. Always an interesting interview, not to mention.
From Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's going to be a fascinating conversation. We'll be watching you on Fox and Friends as well. Brian, thank you. Thank you again for the lunch, sincerely. And as I expressed to you privately, it's really been great for our show having you on every week these last couple of years. And the audience loves it. I love it too.
And Frank, congratulations on all your success too. Started as a producer, now a great humble talent, and the way everyone has fun with you at lunch, it shows you how much they care about you too. So thrilled to be in the lineup, and let's make it another great year.
Absolutely. Thank you. Brian Kilmeade, Fox and Friends, The Brian Kilmeade Show, and Saturday night on One Nation.